Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Yesterday we got the roof trusses up. Today we're going to cut the rafter tails to length and get the roof sheathing on. I got a little ahead of myself. My wife had to go to a bunch of meetings and stuff this morning, so I had her out here helping me get this chalk line snapped on these. What I did was these two end trusses were cut to the proper length when I made them. So we just went right from the edge here and the edge over there and snapped our chalk line. Then what you do is take a level and line it up with the chalk line. This one's going to be a little difficult because we got all that wane there. You line it up with the line, get a plumb line drawn, and cut the end off. I already got this one done, and we'll probably skip this one, but I'll show you the process on the next one here. Alright, what I'm doing is just sighting down this line and then tipping the level till it's plumb. And when I have both of those, draw my line. Bada bing, bada boom. At a later date, this is going to get cut down here as well. And tomorrow, it's going to get a 1x6 board going across like this. But for today, it's just going to stay like this. I'm going to screw a cleat to this that will stick up beyond the top here. And well, I'll have two of them. And what those are going to do is catch the roof panels. So I'll just walk up the ladder with my roof panel, slide it over the top of those, and that'll catch it so it won't fall and hold it in the exact place. Then it's just a matter of getting up there and nailing the panel in place. Okay, one more to go, and then we have 5 of them on the other side, and I can go make those cleats, and we're gonna get a roof on. Okay, these are the cleats that are gonna get screwed to the rafter tails out there. We'll put 2 on for each panel, at least the bottom panels. The upper panels are gonna get an H-clip, and they're just gonna sit on top of the other panels. But before I get to that, I have the skylight tunnels. I already have one in place, and I just started measuring for the other one. I'll show you that real quick. Got a stud going right here and one going right here, and that is the exact same distance from here to here, 22.5 inches. Well, this distance right here. And it's the minimum distance from the peak that the manufacturer recommends. I'm not exactly sure why they have a minimum like that, but it is what it is. So I gotta cut the OSB a little bit, just the corner here, comes right off. Same thing on the other side. I have to lay out the other side. Then I'll do a full layout, and I'll throw a clamp across here and pinch the board in place and then tap it around until it's exact. Throw 3 screws on each side, and before you know it, you got that right there. I'm going to sheathe right over it and then at a later date we're going to cut the opening out just like we're going to do on this window here. Right now I'm going to cut that little bit of OSB and we're going to get going with this. Thought I'd show you this real quick. Got the first one in, looking good. Got a pretty wicked cup to these boards, but that's to be expected. All right, now I'm going to move this clamp down here and get this board in, and then we'll get moving getting those roof panels in. I think I'm done with this. Yep. All right. Last board. We'll put it in right like that. Okay, I have my skylight openings framed in. Now it's time for the roof, but first I'm going to do some checking on this back wall to see if everything's plumb. You don't want to be adding panels to a building that's not plumb and square, because all it's going to do is hold it that way. So let me do them checks first, then we're going to get these cleats on this truss and that truss. And that first panel is going to go right here. It's going to be just shy of the middle of this truss and flush on the outside. And as we're putting that in, we're going to put it up in place and then get that outside edge nailed. And then we'll go up to the top and make sure the spacing is correct on all of the trusses as we get a single nail into them. And then we can nail the rest of it. Once we do that, the whole thing is going to be pretty much squared up, and then we'll get that last one in, do the same thing. This side will be a good deal easier because we've pulled everything in to where it needs to be on this side. You'll see all that in just a second. Let me check this for plumb first. So on this back wall, we were right on the line. Let me show you, right about like that. So I took a ratchet strap, wrapped it around there, put a couple screws in the top of that one, and it was 3 clicks, and we got it dead center in the middle. Well, you know what dead center in the middle looks like. Okay, let's get these in place, and I got to run to the house for the drawings. That tells me what the dimension is. I can measure it as well, but I'd rather have the drawings here. And then we'll start getting panels and getting this roof on. Okay, I got my cleats or deadmen in place, and by deadman, that's just the name for anything that's used, inanimate object that's used as like another set of hands. So the sheet will go up and over and drop down and be held by these, and that's in the exact right spot. This top corner right there needs to be 3/4 of an inch away from the front of these. Then it's going to get a drip edge onto the fascia board that I'll put on there a little bit later. We don't need the fascia board on there right now. We just need the panels on here. So I'm gonna go get those drawings and go get a couple panels and we'll get to work. Okay, I got 3 5/8 inch panels, and I got this one cut. What was it? 92 and 15/16, I believe. And I have my nailing lines drawn out, and once I get it up there, I'll put a nail in the corner and I'll adjust the trusses up at the top, tap them until they're dead center on my lines, and then put a nail there, there, and then we'll nail the rest of it and move on to the next panel. Okay, that's about all I can get done today. It's almost 4 o'clock. I got half the roof on and all of this skylight stuff, and well, I did a lot of running today, and I still got a lot of running to do. I have to run to town for materials for covering this roof. I want to cover it tomorrow, so at a bare minimum, I want to get the other half on tomorrow and get the ice and, ice and water, which is just a roll-on stuff. And that's going to take 2 layers on each side and then a little bit for the ridge there. So I'm hoping that tomorrow I can get the other half of the roof on this end and that ice and water. Yeah, it's going to be really close, but today I have to get to town. It's 4 o'clock, and tomorrow I can work a long day. I can work maybe 8 to 6 and hopefully get this done. Yeah, I should be able to do it. I got the jig made and got all that nonsense done, and the building is all pulled straight and all that stuff, so not a lot of messing around tomorrow. I can just get straight to work. So this is going to be a 2-parter, and with any luck, tomorrow we'll have this done. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.